Hello and welcome to Hibs TV and our build-up to this afternoon's 3 o'clock kickoff between Hibs and Kilmarnock, with both sides desperate to secure the 3 points for very different reasons. For Lee Johnson and Hibs, there's the opportunity to not just maintain their push for European football, but the possibility of ending the day in 4th place in the league. For Kilmarnock and Derek McInnes, it's the chance to build on an excellent Scottish Cup win against Dundee United last weekend and earn a vital win in their battle to avoid the drop. We've got all the build-up to today's game here on Hibs TV, where a repeat of the last game here at Easter Road would do very nicely indeed.
Nice 1-2. Johan inside the area. Crowded out by red shirts. He gets a shot away. Great spot by Lewis. It's in the net. Oh, Hibs have the lead. Arrows that one in. Campbell again. What a goal from Hibs. That one straight from the training ground. He's delivery again. Early Johan gets the head on the end of the corner. And Hibs lead by 3 goals to 0. Campbell does well. Johan, that's lovely from the Frenchman. Oh, great ball. Chance here. It's Kevin Nisbet. He's clear one-on-one with Joe Lewis. Can he finish? He does! 8-8 for Kevin Nisbet. Campbell is from the penalty spot up against Joe Lewis. And he take the match ball home. Campbell slots it into the bottom corner. A hat-trick for Josh Campbell. Free kick on this near side. In by Campbell. There, it's Will Fish. Opens his goal scoring account. What a lovely ball that was in by Josh Campbell.
Well, what a game that was, and we're certainly hoping for the same again today. I'm Adam Tomlinson. I'm delighted to be joined here on Hibs TV by our centre-back, Rocky Bushiri. Rocky, how are you?
Hey Adam, I'm good. I'm recovering very well. I'm back from a few days home. I'm really grateful that the club has allowed me this time home for me mentally after what happened during the Hearts game.
Yeah, absolutely. How is the injury going at the moment? Are you on track?
Not yet, but I mean, like at the start it's always a bit slow and difficult, but once I can stand on my both feet and start walking again, then things will go quick. But everything has happened very well, and now looking forward to start fully my rehab.
Yeah, and what's the last few weeks been like for you? Like you said, you've had some time at home, which has been good, but I guess watching your teammates from home or in the stands can't be easy.
No, it's not easy because, you know, you want to play. Everybody knows me. I'm about mentality and you want to play and desire. So it's been hard, but very happy that the results has been really positive, that we've not dropped points. We've always took some points during games.
Yeah, it's probably too early to say, but when do you think you could be back here at Easter Road?
You know, there is not really a time that you can put on it, but normally I should be still playing this season.
Fantastic, that's great news. I'm sure the news that all Hibs fans wanted to see. Now, in our last outing, we produced a really gritty performance against St Mirren. Let's have a look back at that excellent win.
Johan right across Trevor Carson, who gets a good touch on it. Delivery again, so can't stand tall. Campbell, that's a great strike. Blocked again by the St Mirren defence. He looks as though he fancies this one. Goes for it right footed. Far away, it was curling in. Push it forward, St Mirren recovers me. It's a shot away, good parry by David Marshall. Johan gets a shot away with the right foot. Johan edge of the area. Can he get the shot? We can! Eli Johan! Hibs have the lead. Eli Johan again, a man on fire.
Yeah, great strike there from Eli Johan, just to push us up the league table. Just looking at that now, Rocky, and towards today's game, obviously a win could move us up to 4th.
Yes, exactly. A win could move us up to 4th, but table is still tight. I will say we are in a good phase, full of confidence. Let's just keep pushing and see game by game.
Yeah, absolutely. This
it's very tough. Every game is very tough, and that's why every game is kind of a final. And look at the league table; is always so tight. A few weeks ago was unbelievable tight. So, yes.
Yeah, and obviously that St Mirren win, it was a big one. Takes our unbeaten run in the league to 5 games. As a player and watching that one at home, did you feel like that was a big win?
Yeah, a very big win, especially the Aberdeen one. Loads of different players that score. That's also very important. Players that can score are in confidence, like Joshi, Ailey keeps scoring. So that's very good for the group.
Yeah, and obviously today's game against Kilmarnock, they sit 10th in the table, yet to win away from home in the league as well. But again, you can't look at this game and think, well, we should win this because of how tight the league table is.
No, that doesn't mean nothing. Look at the game away in Ross County. I mean, that doesn't mean nothing. It's just we have to win because we are home and we are on a good phase of confidence, but it's still going to be a tough game.
Yeah. What do you think Kilmarnock will be like today? Do you think the conditions slightly wet, rainy, will help suit them as well?
Listen, I've been injured the game against Kilmarnock, but when a team is that low in the table at the moment, and it's 8 or 9 games to go for the split, so teams will go now fully.
Yeah, they absolutely will, and it's a good opportunity for ourselves to keep pushing towards certainly getting that top 6 spot and then up to Europe. I spoke to our manager Lee Johnson ahead of this one, and he gave us his thoughts. Lee, obviously there's been a little bit of time since our last fixture. How have the last 2 weeks, 10 days gone?
Yeah, good. Different forms. Last week was a little bit more technical, and obviously you crank up the intensity then moving into the weekend's game in terms of the psychology, in terms of the analysis on the opponent, but also the speed and the physical work in which the boys work. So I'd say it's been good to get some players back to fitness, back on the grass. It's been a nice atmosphere, but at the same time, like I say, we're building up to that crescendo, which is obviously a very important game against Killy.
Yeah, one of those players who's now obviously signed as well as Mikey Devlin. Just talk to us about him, how he was doing in training and how he will benefit the group.
Well, certainly as a human being and as a leader, I think Mikey brings that assured communication, really good decision maker, and you can see the experience he's got at the top level. He's obviously had a difficult time of injuries, and that's up to us and him to nurse and nurture him through that. But he's agile, he's mobile, he's got to be able to trust himself at 100%, which is what we're working up to. But he's been good. He's been it's a short, medium-term mindset, if you like, with that one. Even though it's a short-term contract, obviously we're looking beyond that as well. And he's fitted in seamlessly, and I think that's credit to him, like I say, as a human, as a footballer, to be able to deal with it. But he's been very keen to come to Hibs and play for Hibs. I think he's enjoyed his time so far.
Yeah, Kilmarnock up next. They had a good win, obviously, leading up to this one. What do you expect from them?
Yeah, good side in terms of their physical side, their strong side. They've got good quality in their delivery. They've got 2 wide men that are dangerous and a threat, strong in terms of their set play. I was speaking in the press conference there about the expected goals, and they've been a bit hard done by in the last 6 games, where they probably should have scored more and probably should have conceded less. So we know we're going to have to be at it. We're going to have to test their defence. Last game away, we didn't register enough shots for all our possession, so that becomes a challenge, and we ended up losing 1-0. So concentration is key. I think we're in a very different place as a squad than we was then, which is good. You know, we've got a lot more quality in the final third, a lot more options from the bench, which is really important in this league, particularly with 5 options off the bench. And yeah, we're looking forward to the game. You know, we're in good spirits, we're in good form, and I think that we've got to take that to a Kilmarnock side, of course, that have their strengths, but we must expose the weaknesses.
Yeah, talking of that form, obviously this weekend we have the chance to go 6 unbeaten in the league and an opportunity still to push towards the European spots.
Yes, and depending on how our results go, obviously we've got the opportunity to go 4th, and that's what the focus is. You know, the eyes on the prize, if you like, of European football is the sole focus now. To do that, obviously we've got to secure a top 6 finish, and therefore we've got to make sure, particularly at home, that we're making that a fortress. Our fans are helping us with that, and this is a good opportunity to show that.
Yeah, in terms of team news, firstly I'll start with Kevin Nisbet. Does he have a chance this weekend?
I'd say a 50-50 chance. We've got to talk to him. He's had a couple of days training, and then 1 day with the squad, which is today, so could be an option off the bench for sure, but we've got to see how he feels really, and given the fact we haven't got a game next week, it might be more intelligent to leave him that space to get back to full fitness. Yeah,
and supporters will have seen Carl McGuinness, Jake Doyle-Hayes on the training video that we put out earlier in the week. How are those guys doing?
Yeah, Carl McGuinness really good. Jake, who's actually training well, but he's still feeling a little pinch of pain, so we'll have to potentially see about an injection on that one. He's not quite happy at this moment in time, but Carl McGuinness in a very good place.
Yeah, and just finally, is there anyone else coming back, potentially Makola?
Makola is out on the grass, so he's just building up confidence with his ball striking, but he's moving very well. He looks fit, and again, that'll be like a new signing for us when he comes back. So who knows, potentially the Livingston game, he might be available as an option.
Yeah, that's great news, Lee. Thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Rocky, we heard from the manager, Lee Johnson, just then. He said that Kevin Nisbet was 50-50, doubtful for today's game. Is that something that Hibs fans should be worried about, or should they be focusing on the quality that Aidan McGeady's been bringing in recent weeks, and of course, the fine goal-scoring form of Eliuan?
No, it's 50-50, so it means it's not bad, so you should not worry, because there is also other strikers that are in very good form and confidence. I hope he can still be on the bench in case, because we know Nisbet is very important for us with international experience, etc. So I won't say worried, but we hope everything will be fine for the next games for Nizi.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just wanted to touch upon the manager very briefly, because he's done a lot of speaking this year around helping you and your development. I think he's put a 10 million price tag on your head. What's he been like to work with for you?
No, I mean, the manager puts like loads of attention on a psychological aspect, like to approach games and during the games. So that's really important. That's something like not a lot of managers or players do. So that has really helped me also to develop my game.
Yeah, fantastic. Rocky, thank you very much for joining us. I hope your recovery continues to go well. We'll just go to a short break now, but make sure you stay with us, because we'll be hearing from the man of the moment, Josh Campbell, who's obviously just signed a new deal with the club, and the coordinator of the Hibees Pride supporters group. We'll see you soon.
Shop without online trackers following your every step. Get NordVPN now and avoid online trackers. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
Hello and welcome back to Hibs TV as we continue to build up to today's game against Kilmarnock. Now, a man I'm sure that Hibs fans want to hear from is the man of the moment, a guy in red hot form at the minute, Josh Campbell. He scored a hat-trick last time here at Easter Road alongside 2 assists and recently signed a deal to keep him at the club until 2027. My colleague Gavin Ritu spoke to him ahead of this one.
Josh, first of all, congratulations. You've put pen to paper on a long-term deal with the club. How happy are you with that?
Yeah, I'm buzzing for that. Buzzing for it.
How did the conversation come about, and was it an easy decision to make?
The club just came forward to me asking if I was wanting to stay around for a bit longer than I've already done. But no, it was easy for me to say yes. I've been here for a very long time, so I'm happy to stay longer.
You're a boyhood Hibs fan, as you mentioned before. You've been here since you were 8. How much does this club mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Obviously, being a fan, it helps a bit more. But the club trusting me and me putting the trust back into the club as well, it's a good connection we've got. I feel like it's the best place for me to progress in my career, and that's why I've signed the contract.
Throughout your time here, you've had a few ups and downs. What's that been like to deal with as a player? Yeah,
I think it's just part and parcel of the game. You're going to be down sometimes, and then you're going to have a good high. And I feel like the fans have seen the best of me now, but now it's not the time to stop. It's to continue and to get more goals and more assists is what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you've been on top form this season, 8 goals already and 5 assists. How much have you been enjoying your football this year?
Yeah, it's been a lot better considering last year. I'm enjoying playing a higher role up beside the striker. I think I've got a good connection with Ellie and Nizzy when he's been playing. I think we work well together. Yeah,
how much is moving, because I think last season you were playing a bit further back, almost that kind of centre defensive midfielder, but moving up, playing more box to box and getting further forward. Do you think that's the best part of your game?
Yeah, I feel like I've always trusted my ability of scoring goals and being a threat, running into the box late, as the gaffer always touches on. If we always talk about it, about arriving late in the box, getting the second balls, and that. I think a few of my goals have been a few second balls, but yeah, I think it's like the best bit of my game.
You mentioned the gaffer. How much has he impacted your progression this season?
Yeah, massively. Look, we spoke, I think it was a few months ago, on targets with goals and assists. We went through all the videos of ex-players better down south. We went through all that, and not just him as well, it's been Dave, Maka and Adam as well. I think they've been helping. I've got a lot stronger in the gym. I've lost a lot of body fat as well, so I feel like I'm a bit fitter and stronger.
You're here until summer 2027. During the rest of your time with the club, what are your kind of hopes and ambitions?
I'm hoping that I can start testing the water with the Scotland national team, put myself out there. I've had a bit of taste at under 21s level, and I'm now looking for a bit with the first team and to finish in the highest possible the league with Hibs. Yeah,
looking forward to this weekend then. Kilmarnock at home at Easter Road. How much are the lads looking forward to that?
Yeah, we've had the weekend off there. Had a good hard week last week, and then this week we've turned it down a wee bit, but we're looking very forward to it.
5 games unbeaten in the league, a chance to make it 6. Can you feel a kind of momentum shift amongst the group at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. We feel like it was when we had that patch at the start of the season when we were winning games. We feel like that's back again, and we're all just looking forward to it.
Nice one, Josh. Well, congratulations, good luck at the weekend, and thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Well, it was great to hear from Josh Campbell there, and hopefully he can continue his fine form into today's game. He, alongside his Hibs teammates today, will be wearing the Football versus Homophobia t-shirts to stop and make people more aware around prejudice in the game. And to discuss that with us, I'm delighted to be joined by Julie Cuthbertson, the Hibees Pride coordinator. Julie, Hibees Pride was obviously launched in the last kind of 12 to 18 months. Just talk to us about where that came about from and how much progress you guys have made so far.
It was actually less than a year ago, believe it or not.
Wow, was it?
Well, I think it was initiated by the club. Kieran had put out a mail just saying, is anybody interested in this? Is it something we should progress as a club? A lot of people replied, and we had our first meeting here at Easter Road on the 28th of March last year, so not even a year. The first couple of meetings, first few in fact, were really about, what are all the kind of experiences people have had in the game, what's the point of the group, what do we want to do, and then we quickly kind of started to think about Pride, because that was coming up in June. It was more the focus turned to that, really. What can we do for Pride Edinburgh last year? So
yeah, let's talk about that then, because there was a big Hibees Pride influence at Pride this year, something that I'm sure you're very proud of, the football club is very proud of too. Are you planning for that again this year?
Yeah, most definitely. That and more. We had a great experience at Pride. Lots of visibility. A lot of people coming up to us and asking about, what was the group about. We had obviously the Hibs flags with the rainbow background and stuff. So there was loads of attention, and we weren't, I guess, prepared for it all, I suppose, in that sense, because we didn't have anything to kind of hand out. Leaflets, contact details. We'd kind of thrown it all together pretty quickly, to be honest. This year we'll be much more prepared for that kind of communication and making sure that we hook people into the group from that visibility. So
yeah, it feels like a big step in terms of kicking the prejudice out, or certainly stopping the prejudice. In terms of the stands, it's probably fair to say that for LGBTIQ plus people, football stadiums can seem quite almost intimidating at times. Do you still feel that?
A little bit, yeah. Obviously it has progressed massively, as has society, and that's amazing. But there is still work to be done, which is why we've formed, essentially. It is intimidating, it just takes one chant, one comment, and it can make you shrink back in your seat, and a lot of people don't realise the impact that can have, even if it's in a minority voice that it's coming from. It can really, put you on the back foot and kind of think, all right, is this really the place for me? And clearly that's not what we want. We want as many people as possible to enjoy football and everything that it brings. And obviously there is a tribal mentality to football, which is part of the reason we love it. But that can also mean that people get carried away with various chants and comments and things like that, which do make people feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah. What more needs to be done then to help everyone feel comfortable in the sport? I suppose things like today, in terms of the Football vs Homophobia t-shirt, supporting that campaign help, and of course the launch of the Hibees Pride group too. Yeah,
I think it's just about the visibility and the continued discussion about it, because a lot of people rightly think that we've made lots of progress, and is there really still an issue? But the fact that people don't feel comfortable to come out, as players don't feel comfortable to walk into a football ground holding their partner's hand if that's what they so choose to do, or feel uncomfortable when they hear certain chants or comments. That means there is still work to be done. There has been tons of progress, and we love that. That's perfect. I mean, we'd love the ideal world is obviously one day where nobody has to talk about this. We don't talk about somebody's partner. We don't talk about, somebody has to come out and tell everyone. But at the moment, we're not quite there. So I think that continued discussion, education, and all I would say to the fans is really, it's a plea to listen to the people that are telling you that there is still an issue, because a lot of people don't think there is. They think it's non-story, it shouldn't be in the news and all that, but there's a reason it is, and that's the reason, because there is still work to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are doing an excellent job alongside Kieran as well in terms of raising that visibility of the Hibees Pride group. Just looking ahead to today's game, because we were chatting a little bit off camera earlier about it. What do you think ahead of this one? What would your score prediction be?
Knew you'd put me on the spot for this one. Well, it's obviously quite it's going to be a difficult game. Killie are on a bad streak away from home, which puts the fear into me, I suppose, a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I still think we've got enough in the team. A lot of good players on good form at the minute. So I'm looking for 2-1 Hibs.
Fantastic. Julie, thank you very much for joining us. And thank you to everyone at home that have been watching. Hopefully we can go 6 games unbeaten in the league. If you are in the UK, then you can listen to the game on Hibs TV. If you're an international subscriber, then you can watch the game. Today's commentary is with Cliff Pike and Joelle Murray. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and let's hope for 3 points.